So as you can see, this is the Role Player Big Box. I actually came up with a storage solution. I'm going to call it the Walmart solution because literally almost everything in it came from Walmart. So this is a very cheap solution for storage, and I'm hoping it helps some people who've been asking, well, how do you put it all back in the box? First of all, obviously, this is your old box. There's the insert that came out of this. So you can actually, if you save the insert, you can repurpose that later as a box. You can hear children running around. So here's our box. Here are our manuals. Now, personally, it just depends on what you want to do. I would probably actually put them on the bottom with a piece of cardboard on top, but I had this just for the sake of showing how everything goes back in. So I'm going to set those over here. Turn this. Here's my little cardboard. This, heck, you can use the box I came in. Kids are just doing wonderful, huh? Let's move this out of the way so I can kind of get you the full picture here. Okay, so what you're looking at are things that are found in the craft aisle, actually the school supply aisle. Now, first and foremost, here's my dice. Now, you all know what dice look like. I'm not showing you that. In the poly bags that they came in, I actually leave those dice separated. So if I'm not playing with that, with those modules, I can, put them in or take them out. There's your standard set of dice. I leave, the high count ones in there. I lose one. Yep, got it. All right. I know everyone's concerned. Here, I'll bring it over a little bit. The way the mats are shaped, they can only go in one way. You'll see that when we get to it. So the mats have to go in one way. Everything else is kind of able to be chosen. I'm going to come back to this in a second, why this is actually perfect. This is what's called a Pixie Box. They are like 70 or 80 cents, Walmart again. I have one here for my location, my monster tokens. They're my player pieces. I also have like the plus ones in there. Over here are your XP cubes. This is not all the money that you get. This is actually a little bit less than that. But for 3 expansions, I don't, foresee going through more than that. So I actually have it set up so that I can quickly set those around the table and put them back in so they're sorted out that way. Unfortunately, monsters are a weird size. This is a dollar store bag. Here's the bag that came, in the expansion itself, so you can just use that if you want to. These are all my components are sleeves, so if it looks like I have more stuff, it's just because they're sleeves. So all my monsters are in there. Now let's bring this a little closer. The way I have this set up, those are obviously the familiar boards. Unfortunately, and I did try this, the familiar boards cannot actually fit in this little gap here. They're like 5 millimeters too long. So I have them up here. You can try and put them in the side, but there's a gap and they rattle around. So that's up to you. These are crayon boxes. This is like the big key thing. These are about $1 a piece, come in various colors. You can color coat them, not color coat them. That's up to you. They will hold sleeved. Let's see if I can get the light on that. These mini Euros, that's your attrition cards and attribute. There we go. Attribute cards, alignment. There we go. Alignment cards. This one here is all my alignment cards, my setup cards. Unfortunately, from everything I'm seeing, I think I actually need both sets. I'm going to mess all this up. These are my roll cards. Your whatever class cards, whatever you're going to call them. Put that back in. Boom. There's your Call to Adventure. There's your Call to Adventure card. That has to be in a clear sleeve. You're going to see some of my stuff's in opaque, some of it's in clear. Here are my backstory. Backstory, sleeved, actually takes up almost that entire thing. So that's why that's by itself. Over here, double-sided. These are your boss cards and your fiend cards. And then here is the minion cards. I actually have it, if you want to do it that way, it's completely up to you. They're in the same sleeves, but I have my 1s and my 2s facing a separate direction. That way, when I need to go sort them out, set them up, go back in there, click, click, fit in real easy. This is what I wanted to show you. The player boards. This is all of them. Now, there's like one, or might be like 2 promos in here. It's like the Minotaur and the Frogkin, so maybe you don't have exactly that many, but it's within that. You can see, will not fit that way, will not fit that way. They have to go in that way. So, putting it all back, if I do it my exact way, I'm going to take my books, put them there, take my boards, put them there. So then I have my gaps. The crayon boxes fit perfectly. So you're going to see this exact size. Literally comes up to the edge, you know, with a little bit of the most minuscule of hangover. So these things fit perfectly. I have them color-coded for setup, breakdown, all that stuff. Now, you're going to notice that there's a set of cards missing. That's where these come in. So I'm in the process of switching over which sleeves I'm using on these. This is your market deck. Now, so your market deck 1 is right here. Unfortunately, in sleeves, this is too fat to fit into one of these crayon boxes. It's just too fat. It won't do it. So I had to come up with a different solution. I found it. Now, whether or not you use these sleeves, that's up to you. 300 count quiver. So 300 clear sleeves. The box is set up perfectly for me to turn these things sideways in the upright position. Even has a little room left over. Let's put the whole thing in. So you can see they're in the upright position, stored, flap, fits right back in. Now I say that, I jinxed myself. Fit in, there we go. So putting it all back in the box. Take those, they fit right there. Take that, you can put that up there. Put that, fits flush right there. Take 2 of these, the 2 Pixie Boxes, fit them right there. This is going to go in one way or the other. You notice how they fit in, you know, quite perfectly there. This can go here. It cannot go up there. It has to kind of sit on its own. Putting these dice back into the dice bag. Now you'll actually see I have a pretty good sized gap in here. So I still have room to fidget around if I need to. Try to flatten that out a little bit. Try to, you know, make it less bulky so it will sit flatter if possible. Now, obviously this is not custom foam. This is not wood. This is basically like a $7 solution. Each of these boxes is $1, and, you know, and everything else. If you just have, like I said, even this box is shipped in, you can just cut up your cardboard and get it to fit the gaps. The reason I have this here is because of the lip right here on these. There. Put that thing back on. Air bubble, literally. Nothing is shifted. So, that's my cheap Walmart solution. Obviously, there's going to be far better designs out there. There's going to be more expensive designs, but if you want to spend only a little bit of money, that's how you do it. So, hopefully that's a little bit of help for people trying to find a quick solution until a better one comes by. If not, well, I tried.